Bro, these past few days, my timeline has been really busy with the new token, XPL. They say this is a future project, super fast technology, capable of competing with Ethereum and Solana. But every time there's big hype like this, the most important thing isn't just to join the crowd, but to understand what's inside. So in this video, I will thoroughly discuss what XPL Plasma is, from its potential, technology, to the risks that people often overlook. And at the end of the video, I'll give my personal opinion. Is it worth paying in installments for my daily installment strategy? But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and like first, bro, so you don't miss out whenever I upload relaxed crypto educational videos like this. ACRONYM. Okay, bro, before we get into the technical part, I want to explain the background and tokenomics of XPL/Plasma, so you're not just riding the hype, but understand the basic framework. First, Plasma is a Layer 1 blockchain built specifically for stablecoins and digital currency transactions. The goal? To make stablecoin transfers super fast, cheap, and there are even claims of zero fee for USDT transfers within the network, depending on the implementation. Their mainnet beta launch was on September 25th, 2025, and that also served as the introduction of the XPL token as the network's native token. Regarding tokenomics, the total supply is 10 billion XPL. Of that, initially about 1.8 billion are in circulation, around 18%. The distribution is divided into 4 major groups: public sale amounting to 10%, 1 billion XPL, ecosystem and growth amounting to 40%, 4 miliar XPL, di mana 8% langsung dibuka pada peluncuran beta mainnet untuk kebutuhan likuiditas dan insentif, while the remaining will be unlocked monthly over 3 years. Team, staff, developers, 25%, 2,5 miliar XPL. Early investors, venture 25%, 2,5 miliar XPL. Regarding allocations for the team and investors, there is a vesting mechanism. 1/3 of the tokens are locked for 1 year, cliff. Then the rest is gradually unlocked each month over the next 2 years. As for its utility, XPL functions as the fuel of the network, used for transactions, gas, staking validators, and as rewards for validators running the network. Listing and visibility issues. Some major exchanges have already expressed their support. For example, Bitget announced that XPL will be traded starting September 25th, 2025 in the innovation zone. So basically, the project is quite serious in terms of initial structure and transparency. But we have to see how it will be realized later. Okay, bro. Now let's get to the part that makes you most curious. What are the real advantages of XPL/Plasma? Are they just claiming it, or is there cool technology and ideas behind it? First, fast and efficient. Plasma uses a unique consensus called Plasma BFT, which is a variant of the fast hot stuff protocol. The process of proposing blocks, voting, and committing is not carried out sequentially, but in parallel, pipeline. This reduces latency and accelerates transaction finality. Because its architecture is designed for high transaction loads and stablecoin payments, the network claims to achieve high throughput with finality times of seconds. Additionally, Plasma offers a zero-fee USDT transfer feature for basic operations, transfer/transfer from. For this, a paymaster mechanism is provided by the protocol so users can send USDT without needing a special XPL for basic transactions. But note, this zero fee is usually limited to very standard operations, not every type of transaction with complex smart contracts. So if all this works as claimed, fast stablecoin transactions plus minimal fees equals a major attraction. Second, full stack apps on blockchain, not just smart contracts. One of the differences from Plasma is that they aim not only to provide smart contract functions, but also to enable complete applications, front-end, back-end, data storage to run close to the blockchain layer. In their documentation, it is mentioned that Plasma has an integrated infrastructure, such as wallet creation tools, off-ramps, compliance tools, and protocol integrations, so developers don't have to build everything from scratch. Because Plasma is compatible with EVM and Ethereum developer tools, Hardhat, Remix, MetaMask, etc. Developers familiar with the Ethereum ecosystem can adapt more quickly without having to learn an entirely different tech stack. Thus, ideally, Web 2/Web 3 applications move to the blockchain more smoothly without much concern about basic infrastructure, hosting, servers, data sync, etc., as long as the Plasma team truly delivers all supporting tools. Ketiga, developer-friendly melalui Paymaster end-to abstraction custom gas tokens. The Paymaster mechanism in Plasma allows users to perform standard USDT transactions without holding XPL, as gas fees are sponsored by the protocol system as long as certain conditions are met: rate limiting, light verification. Plasma supports custom gas tokens. In other words, applications can register ERC20 tokens, e.g., stablecoins or ecosystem tokens, so users can pay for gas using those tokens, not necessarily XPL. This reduces onboarding friction for new users. Since the blockchain is EVM compatible, developers can use familiar Solidity/EVM tools and workflows, so they don't have to learn a completely new smart contract model. There is also an idea about gas abstraction, so users don't need to understand gas tokens, as the protocol can hide this through automatic mechanism, Paymaster, untuk pengalaman pengguna yang lebih lancar. Jika semua poin teknis yang disebutkan sebelumnya benar-benar dapat bekerja dalam praktik, maka Plasma memiliki blueprint yang sangat menarik. Cepat dan efisien network, plus a more user-friendly experience, plus developers not having to bother too much building basic infrastructure themselves. But remember, bro, claiming technology is one thing, actual implementation in the real world is another. We need to pay attention to whether they can deliver these things without major bugs, bottlenecks, and with high security. Now let's move on to the risks you must know so that your review isn't biased. But bro, before you rush to buy because of the hype, remember, on this channel, I don't teach you to FOMO, but to understand first before buying. If you like this relaxed yet deep educational style, click like and comment, keep going bro, below, so the YouTube algorithm knows you enjoy real pendidikan konten seperti ini. Now bro, we're moving into the most important part. Not the one that excites you, but the one that saves you from getting stuck. Because in the crypto world, what can cause losses isn't buying too slowly, but not understanding the risks. First, super complex technology. I have to admit, full-stack blockchain ideas like Plasma are really cool, but that's where the challenge lies. They don't just provide smart contracts like Ethereum, but also infrastructure for hosting entire applications from backend to frontend directly on the blockchain. This means developers need to understand not only Solidity, but also how their container called Canister smart contract works, similar to Docker, but for blockchain. Now, the problem is, this isn't easy, bro. It takes time for new developers to learn the ecosystem, debug, and understand how to deploy applications on top of it. As a result, adoption can be slow because not all developers want to hassle moving from the mature EVM ecosystem to something still experimental. It's like asking someone to move to a new city that's supposedly more modern, but there's no map, no toll roads, and not many stores open yet. So even though the potential is huge, the difficulty level is very high at the early stage. Kedua, masih kecil adopsi. Honestly, bro, until now, the projects that are really running on Plasma can still be counted on one hand. There are some demo apps, DeFi prototypes, and stablecoin integrations for USDT transfers without fees. But there's no killer app that makes people switch from Ethereum, Solana, or BSC. I also checked the Explorer data. The number of transactions and active wallets is still very small. Compare that to the Solana ecosystem, which now has hundreds of active dApps, NFT marketplaces, and thousands of developers. So it's understandable if people say this is still in the experimental stage. The potential is there, but it will take a long time to prove whether this network can really become busy and sustainable. For now, it's wiser to monitor rather than go all in immediately. Ketiga, tokenomics telah dikritik sebelumnya. Now let's discuss a sensitive topic, tokenomics. Plasma was once criticized early on because its distribution was considered biased. About half of the supply, 50%, is held by the core team and early investors. The rest is for the public and ecosystem development. This raises concerns that once the lockup period ends, there will be selling pressure from insiders who have already made significant profits. And bro, it's reported that around 88 million tokens will be unlocked this October. That amount is about 6 to 7% of the circulating supply, which is quite significant if released into the market in a short period. Apa efeknya? The price could drop sharply temporarily, especially if the project doesn't have strong adoption to absorb the new supply. So don't be surprised if FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, appears on crypto forums when this unlock happens. Basically, hype is okay, but you must understand tokenomics. Because in crypto, what most often causes prices to plummet isn't poor technology, but unhealthy token distribution. Keempat, double branding and market confusion. Well, this is the trickiest part, bro. XPL is not a new name in the crypto world. Previously, there was another project called Exploradex, XPL, which also claimed to have an XPL token on the XRP ledger network. The problem was that project was criticized for lack of transparency and unclear theme. Now, Plasma XL has emerged again, which is much more serious and has its own mainnet. But because they both use the XPL token name, many amateur investors are confused. I even saw on Reddit someone mistakenly bought the old XPL token thinking it was Plasma's token. So if you search for XPL on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, make sure it's Plasma's XPL, plasma.xpl, not another. This is very important because buying the wrong project can leave you stuck with a token that has been abandoned. And as long as the branding isn't fully differentiated, the risk of market confusion remains very high. In conclusion, bro, this Plasma project is ambitious but also risky. The technical aspects are complicated, its adoption is not widespread yet, distribution is heavy at the beginning, and the branding makes it easy for people to misunderstand. So if you want to join, that's fine, as long as you understand that this is not yet in the casual installment category like BTC, ETH, or EXRP. Personally, I will monitor it first until the technology and ecosystem prove to be stable. Because remember, bro, in crypto, it's not who gets in the fastest, but who is the most patient and understands the risks that endures the longest. So here's the thing, bro. I've seen hype like this many times before. Back when Solana first appeared, many also underestimated it. But the difference, Solana at that time had strong backing, a public team, and quick adoption. XPL has huge potential, but it's still very early stage. If you're the type who dares to take risks, you can start monitoring now, but don't go all in. For a relaxed daily installment strategy, I personally haven't invested in XPL yet. I'm still focused on my 7 main coins: BTC, ETH, XRP, SOL, ADA, DOT, and POL. If later Plasma shows real results, not just promises in the white paper, then we'll consider making small installments to enter. In conclusion, bro, XPL is interesting, but too new to be relied upon as a mainstay. The technology is cool, but the risk is also high. So if you want to join, make sure to only use cold money and don't let it interfere with your main strategy. If you agree or disagree with my opinion, write in the comment section. Mari kita memiliki diskusi santai seperti biasanya. And don't forget, subscribe, like, and share this video so more people understand how to think before buying. Because in the crypto world, the most profitable are not the fastest to buy, but the most patient and understanding of the direction.